Hey YouTube, it's Kristin. You're watching Chatterbox Budget. Thank you so much for joining me for video today. I hope everyone is doing well. It is Friday, May 27th, 2022. It's 6:42 a.m. here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I am here to do my check-in for week number 3 of May, which will go from the 15th to the 21st. I'll be doing that check-in using the YNAB app. That's You Need a Budget. Let's get started. Okay, so on the 15th, there was a payment to a dog walker for $10 from Pet Care in cash. I just had someone go with me to walk Zeus and Freya when Freya was staying for the weekend. Just a couple of times. I took him out by myself a couple times. And then on the 16th, for my son, $20 from my auto care category on my Venmo Cash App. He needed to borrow some money to get some coolant for his car. And he already paid me back for that, but that'll be on another transaction. And then Walgreens on the 17th for $2.56 from pharmacy on my health savings account. And then on the 18th, we've got Comcast for $98.58 for internet on my Discover card. Walmart grocery, $96.36, and it was a split transaction, so $69.46 for food. Household was $3.49. Personal stuff was $4.26, and then pet stuff was $19.15. Okay, and then Sam's Club, $62.84 for pet stuff. That went on my Venmo Visa. And then Junior needed some grocery money, I think, or something. Anyway, $50 for personal care on my Venmo Cash App. Again, he's already paid me back for this stuff. I probably don't need to document it on here, but I did, and it was already reconciled, so deleting it would mess up my totals, so I just left it. And then Walgreens, $44.31 from pharmacy for my health savings account. Walmart grocery, $15 from gas, or for my gas category on my Capital and MasterCard. That was for the delivery tip for the grocery delivery. Excuse me. And then there's a charge for $4.75 from household for Walmart grocery. That was for something that I added on later. And then this one right here, this credit for $8.22, I needed to delete that one because I don't think I had something that was delivered that was the wrong item, and so I was going to return it, but decided instead to keep it. So I had originally put the transaction here as when I started the return, but we can take that off of there. Okay. All right. So then on the 19th, we've got a transfer to my site's checking account for $1,000. That came from my main checking account. That was the second half of my scheduled expenses for June. Hulu, $13.93 from subscriptions on my Prime Visa. That's the other half of that transaction. And then there was a direct deposit for $1,266.25 for my paycheck. Went into my main checking account. And then on the 20th, we've got Prime Acorn, $7.50 from subscriptions from my Prime Visa. That's for a channel I pay for on Amazon Prime, one of my favorite channels. And then there were 2 contributions to my health savings account for $57.69. One was from me, one was from my employer. On the 21st, there was a transfer to my Capital One MasterCard of $111.36. That was from my Capital One checking account. And then Amazon, $15 for pet care on my Prime Visa. And then that's the other half of that one. So that's it. Yeah. And the reason I go over like where the charge came from or the money came from is because since I'm using my credit cards and I'm trying to use them responsibly, I want to be able to show people kind of how I do that. And one way I do that is by I have 4 different credit cards. I have each of the 4 set up for specific things. So my Discover card, I use that to pay my internet and my cell phone bills, and then I've used that in the past to buy things like my tablet and stuff, just because they have the best cashback rewards, and that was before anyway. And then I've got my Capital and MasterCard, which I use for my everyday expenses, groceries, gas, things like that. Then I've got my Prime Visa card, which I use for anything that I pay Amazon Prime for, so all of my subscriptions through them, and then also like Netflix, stuff like that. Anything that's a scheduled expense, but it's not like it's not part of the 4 walls. It's not a required thing, you know. But I do. It's scheduled, and so it's not really it's not flexible because I've already committed to paying that money. Anyway, I get cash back bonus points from them too, and so I use both of those because they both give me cash back. But all of my cards do actually. And then my Venmo Visa card, which has my lowest limit, which is $250. That one I use for my irregular expenses, like my pet care. So when I take Zeus to the vet, I would give them that credit card. And then the other thing is I don't use my credit cards without having the money already in my, like, one of my checking accounts or savings accounts or cash to pay that credit card off. So I'm not borrowing from myself. I'm just pre-spending and then paying myself back. Anyway, I guess that sounds like borrowing. Never mind. Okay, so that was it. Sorry, it's been a really long week, you guys. My brain is just, I seriously have got no more, yeah. I gotta take some allergy medicine too. That's gonna make work really fun. Okay, so we're just gonna go over well, let me tell you how much I have left. So $25.50 left in scheduled expenses, which are my monthly fixed expenses. So that's the actual bills and things, things I have already paid mostly. And then scheduled expenses that are annual, that are more flexible, things like my car registration. I have $214.93 available there, and nothing has been spent from there. But we're going to go over the unscheduled expenses, which are my flexible expenses, that we have $236.64 available. These are all based on what's available right now, so that would cover from the 22nd on. So I don't want to go over, like, those aren't accurate totals as of the 22nd. But anyway, so for food, I have $118.89 left to spend. Gas has already been fully spent. Household, I have $16.96 left. Miscellaneous, I've got $24.50 left. Personal stuff, I have $49.33 left. And then pet stuff, I have $26.96 left. Anything that's left in those categories at the end of the month will probably either roll over, or I'll move it to one of my regular expense categories and then just fund that. We'll see. Okay. And then for my irregular expenses, I have $525.73 available. Auto care was fully spent. That actually should have $20 in there. My son paid me back on Wednesday from the money he had borrowed, but I put it back in the wrong category when I was putting the transaction back in. So I just need to fix that. Entertainment, we've got $21.44 left. Gifts, birthdays, we've got $20.44. I've already given my son part of his birthday money, and so his birthday is the next one up, and then after that's my sister's. Holidays, I have $140.20. Personal care, I've got $175. That's actually $155. So that's where the extra $20 that I need to put back in auto care came. I need to fix that, and I'll do that later. Pet care, I have $104.17 left. Shopping, I've got $44.48, and then travel, I've got $20 to spend there. So those are the ones I was mostly concerned about, because those are the two sections of my budget that I actually have control over. I can't control paying rents. I mean, I guess I could choose not to pay it, but I don't know about you, but the thought of coming home to notice and possibly losing my house, or my living quarters is extremely stressful. So anyway, I'm sorry this video is a little bit all over the place. I seriously am just like, yeah. I usually take a nap before work, which sounds so funny, but I don't drink coffee, and I've been getting very, very little sleep every night, and so I take a nap before work to just try to get me through the first 4 hours of work, and then I take a nap again at lunchtime. So anyway, you didn't need to know that. Yeah, so I did this video yesterday, but I said week number 2, so then I deleted the whole thing and started over again, which is such a silly thing. I could have just corrected it, but I will be back in a couple of days to do the check-in for the 4th week. And then I don't think we have anything else planned right away. I don't know. We'll see. I want to do an apartment tour video, but I have not been able to figure out how to do that on my tablet because it's too hard to hold it. It's too heavy. I know that sounds weird, but I have carpal tunnel, and so it hurts. Anyway, so I want to do that because I just worked really hard to get my apartment clean for some inspections that they did. And then I do have another paycheck coming next week, but that paycheck will go towards July's expenses, which is cool. I love being a month ahead. Can I just tell you how nice it is? All right, so you guys, I think we'll leave it there. Yeah, I'm sorry that was a little bit, well, I keep apologizing. That was a little bit chaotic, but I knew it was going to be. I've started over like 5 times this morning, and I get to go take some allergy medicine. Now I'm so excited because my face is itchy. But if you look at my age of money, 45 days, that means that my money in my accounts, that's how old it is, which is cool because that means I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, which it took me a long time to get to that point. And so now I'm really excited. It's been almost a year. Well, August, a little bit a year since I paid off my credit cards. And right now I have so my credit cards, before I have my total limit I have on my credit cards is $8,000. And I honestly don't know which card has which amount. And I only know how much I have total because I think it's Credit Karma tells me, or some one of my apps I use for tracking my credit score tells me how much my total credit limit is. But I also have like $6,000 in a personal loan that I'm trying to pay off. But anyway, I am paying off. It's not a priority. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Oh yeah. So I want to do a video sometime about showing how I use credit cards responsibly for the first time in my life. I've never been able to do this before, but I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like I thought about asking to increase my limit on my smallest limit card, which is $250. Then I was like, no, I don't need to, because like when I take Zeus to the vet, that's how much his bill is $250, and then that's it. So I may have to, use another credit card if we had to spend more than that. But it's easy to pay that, and then I just pay the card off once the charge clears. It's just so nice to not have to worry about that. But one thing I haven't been keeping track of is I don't keep track of due dates. I don't keep track of how much. I don't have to worry about minimum payments because I'm paying the cards off every week. This week I think I paid them twice, actually, because it's been a weird week. Anyway, okay, that's enough rambling for me. I will talk to you soon. Have a good day.